We're back. Welcome, friends. I hope you're ready to fight. It's been a minute.
Like it's been a lifetime. Yeah.
It has been a small lifetime. Because,
do you mind? Can you not make box noises while Mommy's trying to podcast?
He refuses to acknowledge your existence.
Disrespect. Let's get a little vibe check going. How we doing?
Oh, I'm in full-on summer break mode for the most part, so...
I absolutely love that for you. I would say that I'm chilling other than the part where I have to pack up all my shit.
Yeah. Moving
Because
sucks.
this will very soon not be my background.
Yeah, we only have, like, one more week.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So, also, don't be surprised if we wind up skipping another week in the near future, just because I've got a lot going on.
Yeah, bit of a crazy time of year. But I finished all of my grading over the
love
weekend.
That for you.
And so I basically done nothing for the last few days.
As is your right.
Yeah. I felt like I just did not have the energy or the mental... I still don't have the mental whatever.
Yeah, I know. I'm watching it happen in real time. But other than that, I'm chilling. I'm chilling to the best of my ability. We'll put it that way.
Nice. Yeah.
What else have we been up to?
What have we been up to? Gosh.
I feel like I've been up to nothing and everything at the same time.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like I feel like I barely had a moment to breathe or think, and yet...
But then when you ask me what I did, I'm like, I don't know.
I worked a lot.
Yeah.
I went to another toy festival.
That's fun. Tell me about that.
I mean, part of it's going to be saved for the worsening, but...
Of course.
That was weekend before last, the Western New York Toy Show.
Nice.
It was pretty good. Yeah.
I love that for you.
It's like my third one this year. Yeah,
that sounds about right.
Which is crazy because I'd never been to one before in my life until this year. Now it's 3 of them already.
Well, there you go. Mm-hmm. Not to sound like a fucking boomer, but what's up with this weather?
I know, right?
I've got the blanket hoodie broken out. I mean, I made tea.
It's cramping my style. Like, I'm on summer break now.
I am ready to be in summer mode.
Yeah. Like, I really just want to be able to open, like, the windows and enjoy fresh air in my home, and I can't because it's too cold. I held on as long as I could, and then I woke up one morning and it was like 64 degrees in here, and I was like, So now the freaking heat's on.
Yeah, you hate to we're not doing that here. But you do hate to see it.
Yeah, I felt bad for the kitties and for the noodles.
I wish the goddamn rain would stop.
Yeah, that'd be nice too. Not anytime soon though. I looked.
Sounds about right.
I mean, I love a rainy day. I just wish it would be warmer.
I don't mind. I like them spaced out. Not just fucking constant, but also because I've been trying to get back on my bike. And rain is not good for that.
Yeah,
especially
that's
since,
fair.
as you can see, my bike is no longer in here because it is the time of year when I can actually take it outside, and I would like to do so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it can keep raining as long as it wants, as far as I'm concerned. Just like at least get the temperature up to mid 60s, at least.
Fair enough.
And I'd be fine with it.
But now that we've had our little boomer moment, unless you have anything else to say about literally anything.
I ran a race over the weekend.
Ooh, that's fun. Tell me about that.
It was fine. I actually ran the majority of it, which is surprising considering I haven't like trained or anything. Actually had a pretty decent time considering.
Not bad.
Yeah, my first one back. I'm still very much in pain from it.
It'd be like that.
Yep, I'm gonna try to get back to some sort of running routine once the pain calms down.
Oh, good for you.
But yeah, it was fun. It was part of the Rochester Lilac Festival.
Nice.
The biggest and oldest festival of its kind in the country or something. I don't remember. It was for like 10 straight days.
Damn.
Yeah, and there's like bands playing every single day, like multiple times during the day, and
sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, and then there's a little kind of a section, I guess you might say, called Art in the Park with all the people that do the craft things.
Lovely.
And I bought some adorable craft things.
Aw.
Because I discovered a lady who makes like ceramic snails and worms. And then she made like a mug. She makes mugs that had like little snails on them. And so I bought one.
That sounds
so
absolutely fucking precious. I love it.
Yeah, no, I was in love. But it's so weird now going to those kinds of things after having like sold some of my own craft type stuff at this point. Because I saw somebody who was selling the exact same octopus that I make.
Yeah.
For $30.
That's a lot of dollars.
I charge 15.
Like it's a little excessive in my humble opinion.
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
So
I don't crochet.
Yeah, it's so weird. I saw somebody who made the same loaf cats as well, but nobody does the faces like I do, and they're not cute. I don't know why they make them like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
How do it? Wait, hang on. I can't even picture another way to make the faces on the loaf cats. What do they do?
So this particular person didn't use safety eyes. She like stitched eyes into them. There are differences in like how far apart they put the eyes.
Interesting.
Or, like, you know, how close they are to the nose and the shape of the nose and all those sorts of things. Like there's actually a lot of subtle differences that completely change the look of the loaf cat.
Understandable.
Which is why I tried it like 5-6 different ways before I settled on the way that I do it.
And I love the way that you do it. Would we like to dive right into it?
Sure.
Okay, so the first question is something that came up on my Instagram feed. Who would win in a fight? 100 British people versus 100 Americans, one big room, no weapons.
I feel like that's a really hard question to answer.
I think that's an incredibly easy question to answer.
Really?
Americans, baby.
Why do you say that?
We go hard. We beat them once, we'll beat them again.
Have you, are you not familiar at all with the northern part of Great Britain?
I don't know, man. Still, I think we beat them once, we'll beat them again.
Those people fight for sport. Like, in the streets on the weekends. Like, that's their entertainment.
I don't know. My hot take.
They will beat you.
My hot take is that you would need approximately 37 people from Detroit to handle it.
But see, if you can't pick and choose that way, because then
this is very true. But that's like my fantasy football team for this scenario.
Are you familiar with soccer hooligans?
Yeah, you do kind of big. I still think we could. Here's the thing. I still think we could get him in the end. Maybe be a little bit closer of a fight than I'm imagining. But I don't know, man. I think we got him.
But this is why I think it's a hard question to answer, because I feel like depending on where in each country you go, the people are very different.
This is very true.
Like, think about people from like Boston versus,
chuck some of them in the mix.
Yeah,
taken care of before lunch.
Versus like random people from Kansas. So it's like, if you get a random sampling, you'll get some crazy folks in there. You'll get some, mild-mannered people who don't like fighting, I guess. Oh, hello.
Let me pull up the chat.
We are currently fighting about
who would win in a fight. 100 Brits versus 100 Americans.
Yep.
If you have any opinions on this, please share.
Americans just immediately.
That's what I said.
Well, there is the sort of interesting difference that we tend to be much more into violence than a lot of other cultures.
We're a violent people. What are they gonna do? Arnar. No, that's more the Arnar thing is more Australia, but I get your point. Hang on, this deserves a spotlight.
I mean, I think it would be a lot closer than you're probably imagining.
Even if it's close, I think we've got it in the bag. We are a violent people.
I mean, that's true, but so are they. Like, I think also this is one of those things I probably shouldn't say but like, I feel like they might have a bit of a complex about losing the Revolutionary War.
That is a possibility.
I can imagine any British person listening getting so mad about me saying that, but like, and so maybe they feel like they have something to prove.
This is okay. You might not be wrong here,
and especially because we tend to be very very full of ourselves as a nation, and I can imagine anybody wanting to take us down a peg.
Here's the thing.
They might want it more.
They might want it more. Here's the thing. Do I think that globally we deserve to be taken down a peg? Yes, absolutely. But also, as an American, like, I want to fucking win.
Yeah, but wanting to win doesn't necessarily mean you would. Yeah. I think we underestimate them.
It's a possibility, but I don't know. My other hot take is they've got some pansies over there.
And we don't hear? Really?
No, point taken. But like, I think of the folks who might be at, high tea.
Just because they have an accent doesn't mean that they're wussier somehow. And also, you're literally drinking tea right now.
I am literally, yeah. That's rich coming from somebody who did just finish drinking a mug of tea. But I don't know.
It's like, it's a stereotype we have about their accent.
It is a stereotype.
Like delicate,
But we're kind of operating on nothing but stereotypes here.
Oh, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm basing this on fact. Soccer hooligans, those bitches get violent. That's a fact.
This is very true. Actually, yeah, I think somebody from Liverpool could fuck me up.
Right. And I'm not saying that the Brits would win. I'm just saying this is why it's a hard question to answer.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. I'm rooting for us is my thing. I think we could. Yeah. I think we could pull it off. Might be real close, but I think we could pull it off.
Yeah, I don't know who I think would win, but honestly, my level of nerdiness is like, but we got to break this down. What's the selection process, right? Like, are we going to break it down by gender? Does geographic location matter? Right? Like, are we weighing body mass? Do we know how many of these people are have ever been in a fight?
I mean, We can spend as much time as you want drafting fantasy teams because that sounds extremely fun. But let's just say that it's like a completely random sampling from the entire population of both countries.
Yeah, I don't know. And you know what? They can't have like guns over there, except for like hunting rifles.
Mm-hmm.
I think our reliance on guns has made us soft.
This is a possibility. You might be onto something there.
Yeah, like them, if something bad happens, they can't just like pull out a gun or they can't use a gun to threaten people. They gotta like fight.
One of my other counterpoints, though, is going to be look at what happens in Philly every time their football team does anything, whether they win or lose.
Again, soccer hooligans.
But we have an answer to the soccer hooligan, you know?
That's what I'm saying. It's hard.
It's the Eagles fan.
It's hard.
Yeah. I am still going to say that I think we would prevail in the end, and maybe that's just me attempting to be quote-unquote patriotic, even though I fucking hate this place.
Yeah, I would never be patriotic. Although...
Here's the thing. I'm never patriotic until someone comes with their European opinions.
Interesting. I feel like it's possible we would win in the end, but I think the reason is because we're more likely to fight dirty.
You're so right. Yeah, we're assholes. We are. Well, that's how we fucking won the Revolutionary War. We didn't play by the rules of like line your soldiers up and politely take turns.
So stupid.
We were like, no, fuck that. We're coming at you from the trees, bitch.
Yeah, like I feel like they would have some idea of like what's appropriate and what's not appropriate, and like we just go straight for the nuts. Like,
yeah, no, we are dicks. I understand why the international opinion of us is the way that it is.
Yeah, not all of us, of course.
Not all of us,
but I would say there is a strong dickish vibe.
Yeah.
On the whole.
And here's the thing, if I am selected, I can't say that I'm not going to fight dirty.
I don't think I could fight at all. I'd be like, dudes, why are we doing this? Can't we just like hang out, get a beer?
Yes, but if I have to, if I'm selected to fight specifically, I think I'll go all in.
I couldn't unless I was like legitimately being threatened and I had to.
Thank you, Grace. Yeah. How many Americans do we think it would take to be a guaranteed victory, though, against 100 Brits?
Again, I think it depends on where you're picking them from. Like, if we're just talking completely random, I think it's got to be evenly matched at 100.
For a guaranteed victory?
Oh, for maybe more than that, then.
That's what I would say. Like, here's the thing. If you have your ultimate fantasy football team of Americans versus 100 random Brits, I think I think it would take 37 people.
Why that specific number?
I don't know. It just feels right.
Yeah, I got me a handful of drunks from Boston, and we're probably
exactly a handful of drunks from Boston, a couple of blue collar workers from Detroit, some Eagles fans. We can get this over with pretty quickly. Bills fans, oh my god, Bills Mafia.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So, like, in a dream scenario, I think we could get the job done with 37 people, but what do we think for a completely random sampling? How many people would it take to guarantee a victory?
I would say like 130. That
sounds about right. I was actually gonna go a little higher. I was gonna say maybe 150, but you know what? 130 sounds. That seems realistic to me.
That's what my initial thought was 150, and it's like
is overkill.
Yeah, that's what I was like. It would guarantee victory, but I also think we could do it with less. I somehow think that extra 30 people would like tip the odds, because that's essentially like an extra person per like third of people. That made sense.
Yes.
Or an extra 10 people per third. Nope, I'm not making sense. I know what I'm trying to say, but I'm not saying it. Hello, Teddy.
Well, hello. How goes it? What's up?
Yeah.
We're fighting about who would win in a fight.
Yes.
100 Brits or 100 Americans. And now we want to know how many Americans precisely would it take for a guaranteed victory against 100 British people. We think it's about 130. If you have an opinion, please share.
Yes. So that's like 30% more. Which means, why can't I say what I'm trying to say?
I don't know.
About the ratio of people.
I do not know. That is a very good question.
Instead of being 1 to 1, it's like 1 to whatever the ratio is.
Where are we choosing from? Well, if you're putting together your ideal fantasy football team of Americans, we think it would be less than 100 for a guaranteed victory. But we're talking about a completely random sampling from the entire population of both countries. So you could end up with a little old granny.
I was going to say, I think the only requirement is, let's say, over the age of 18.
Yeah, let's go over the age of 18. So
you don't want children in this mix.
No, what? But children, they don't care.
They don't care about what?
They don't care about rules either. I think that they'd go for eyes.
No. Oh yeah, you don't want to see a child brawl. That would
No, God no. All right. So it's a solid answer of 130 Americans to take down 100 British people. Would we like to move on? Unless anyone has any opinion. Ooh, maybe like 90. I'd be afraid of the bites, but we have got. Here's the thing. The video that I took this question from, which I'm gonna link when this goes up on our YouTube and all that stuff, said 1 big room, no weapons, 100 Brits versus 100 Americans. Who's winning?
Yeah.
So yes, it is fists only. I mean, you could bite people. I'm gonna say you're allowed to fight dirty.
Body slam them.
Yeah, why not? Because I mean, there's a decent percentage of the populations of both the United States and I guess the United Kingdom, who would definitely fight dirty. You've got your soccer hooligans and your drunk people from Boston.
You could also insult them so viciously they lose the will to fight.
This is very true. You hold the Revolutionary War above their heads.
I mean, you just need somebody who's like really empathetic and insightful, who can pinpoint their weak spot, like the thing that they're most self-conscious about.
Point taken.
And then just really hit him there.
I know. The dance. Yeah, those people are fucking scary.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Would we like to move on?
Yeah.
This is another question I stole from an Instagram reel. Would you punch your best friend in the face for a date with your celebrity crush?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I think you'd understand. So because I think you'd understand.
Exactly. I think you'd understand too. I don't care that my celebrity crush is happily married with children. I just want to have dinner and a conversation.
Yeah. If you were like, hey, I had this chance to go out and have dinner and whatnot, but I got to punch you in the face, you'd be like, all right, come on.
Yeah, no, this, I don't know why would be, I don't know. What kind of relationship do you have to have with your best friend where this would be a difficult question?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, if the answer is no, I don't think that person's your best friend.
No, I don't think so either.
Because it's it's a once in a lifetime thing.
And maybe this is evidence of me not being a good best friend. I'm trying to think of who your celebrity crush even is. Because all that's coming to mind is anime characters. Sorry to put you on blast there, but
I don't even know. I don't know either.
Okay, noted. So it's not me just not knowing.
I guess I don't really have
things
one
about you.
But if Satoru Gojo could be a real person,
not surprised.
Then yes, I would punch you in the face.
Absolutely. I'd let you bitch slap me for Reanimator Man. Thank you.
I've never actually been punched in the face. I bet it sucks.
I have never been punched in the face either. I would assume that it is deeply unpleasant. But again...
Oh, we talked about this.
I'd let you. I'd let it happen.
Yeah. We talked about this in the pod not that long ago. Like, that neither of us has ever been punched in the face, and we kind of are curious about it.
Before or after the anime ended? I'm going to defer to the expert there. I don't know what this means.
The anime ended. I'm not quite sure what you mean.
Are we talking about Gojo still?
Because I feel like I can't say things because it's like spoilery.
I'm being called on the phone. Do I answer it live on air?
Do you know who it is?
It's Kyle.
Oh, I have not read the manga.
Oop, no spoilers.
So, I do not know. That makes me nervous.
Oh no. Oh no. But yeah, here's the thing. I would kind of like to punch somebody in the face before I shuffle off this mortal coil. I don't know what that says about me, but like I want them to really deserve it because I think it would be satisfying.
I don't. It would hurt like a bitch. Like your hand will get fucked up.
That's fine.
Nope. Not worth it.
I'm sure this just says a lot of questionable things about me as a human being.
I'd make an exception for one person. But beyond that, I would never
That's fair.
Want to punch somebody because it would hurt me too.
Oh, I just don't care.
No, because I'd have to hit him with my right hand. And then if my right hand's all messed up, how am I supposed to like knit or type? You know, I gotta be practical.
I just got a text from Kyle that says disregard. I didn't mean to call.
Oh.
So it wasn't anything important. That's good. Also, shout out Sleepy K.
Is he watching?
I would hope he better be. I would hope so.
I mean,
if you're watching,
he is,
that's in the chat, please.
Yeah, because if he is, that's even funnier. Because it'd be one thing if he weren't watching and kind of forgot or something.
Watch me ignore your call live on the air.
Yeah.
No. But yes, I would 100% let you punch me in the face if that meant that you got a date with your celebrity crush, and I wouldn't I would no ill will whatsoever. If that's what has to happen, that's what has to happen. I hope you have fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's like, a once in a lifetime thing, getting to go on a date with this person, and
for what?
The pain is
2 minutes of discomfort.
Yeah, and honestly, neither of us has ever punched a person. I doubt we're going to do much damage.
I don't think we'd be very good at it. I'm not a particularly strong individual.
Yeah, it probably sting. I don't even think there would be like a bruise or anything.
I would hope. Here's the thing. I don't want to hurt you, but at the same time, I would hope my punch isn't horrible.
I feel like it's got to be, though, if you have never done it before, right? Because I feel like it's one of those things that you've seen it so much and you think it's easy because you've seen it so many times, but then to actually do it, it's a lot more difficult than you would think.
This is very true. That could be the case.
Just like they talk about how hard it is to stab a person to death.
It's also very hard to strangle somebody to death. They make it seem real fast in movies. No.
Yeah. No.
It takes a hot minute.
It takes several hot minutes.
I think the most realistic depiction of strangulation I have seen in any film or TV show is, spoiler alert, from Breaking Bad.
Well, that show's been off the air forever, so it's fine.
The show has been off the air forever, but still.
Yeah, but they always make it look like you just stab a person once and they're dead, and it's like, no, it's actually a lot harder than you think to
Only if you're really good at it.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing.
I feel like I'm getting murdered advice. Thank you. You're welcome. I took a forensics class when I was in high school, so I know some things about what makes people dead.
I listen to, watch, and read a lot of true crime.
That too.
But that's why I'm like, it's one of those things that seems easy because you see it and they make it look easy, but then it's probably, you know, more difficult to do it well than it looks.
Yeah. Okay. This is just a random thing I came up with because I saw a video of this guy interviewing a bunch of people, like interviewing dudes, and it was like, what would you do if you woke up tomorrow as a woman? But I was like, what would we do? What would you do tomorrow if you woke up as the opposite sex?
I don't know.
I'm immediately jacking off.
I mean, I was trying not to go in that direction.
I'll go in that direction immediately. I do not care. I would like to know what it is like to have the opposite genitalia.
Yeah, I mean, because honestly, I feel like the only differences would be like the genitalia and then potentially just going out in the world and doing random things to see how people react to you differently.
Yeah. Also, I'd be curious. This is more of like these are some things that would take time, but one, I'd be curious if I could grow a full beard or not.
Yeah, that would be so strange. I can't imagine, like.
I'd like to know.
I feel like it'd be itchy.
Possible. But yeah, I'd like to know if I would have a nice, luxurious Viking beard or if it would be kind of patchy.
Oh, I'd like to walk around with no shirt on. And not, you know,
that would
get
be
in trouble for it.
Pretty freeing.
Mm-hmm.
So that, I feel like there have to be more things that I would do that aren't just of a sexual nature.
Again, that's why I was like trying to go in a different direction because I feel like, I mean, that's the obvious choice.
I'm sorry. Can we please talk about this comment from UFO Bigfoot? Thank you, UFO Bigfoot, for informing us that you would totally jill off as opposed to jack off and then touch your boobs. Can't blame you. Yeah. As a person who sometimes you just gotta grab your own boob.
Yeah.
If I'm being completely honest with you, I'll say that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to think of all the things that like guys can do that women can't. You know?
I think the being able to pee standing up thing would be really convenient.
I would love that. To just be able to like pee in the woods.
Yes. I feel like it must be I feel like it must be so freeing to know that like if you're on a fucking road trip through the middle of nowhere and you really have to pee, you can't always just go pee in a bush.
This is probably too much information, but
there is no such thing as too much information. TMI stands for tell me immediately.
I was running a half marathon on trails like a year or two ago, a couple years ago at this point. And I had to go to the bathroom before it started, but the line was so long and I had to just, start the race. So I spent and keep in mind, a half marathon is 13.1 miles. Yeah, this ended up being 14.
That's a fair distance.
Yeah, they didn't measure it very well. It was 14 miles. And I had to pee the whole time. And the whole time I'm like hunting everywhere for a spot that would look like sort of like secluded where people might not see me. Because it's a process. Like if you have to pee in the woods as a woman, it is a process of trying to figure, it's not something you can do really quickly and like stealthily.
No.
But if I were a dude,
just whip
I could have just leaned on a tree. And people would have thought I was just standing there. I could have like been pretending to be like adjusting my earbuds or something while I was standing there. They wouldn't have even known.
Although we do have this comment from UFO Bigfoot. Apparently, being a guy is overrated. I don't necessarily know if being a woman is all that like. I think it might be overrated too. I mean, here's the thing. I think being a human is a little overrated.
Yeah. I mean, I would say I feel like I do have privilege in the sense of being a polite white lady. Like, I feel like people defer to me a lot and, you know.
Yeah.
So I do get that. I think that's one of the major benefits of being a woman.
Oh, here's the fun thing I would do as a man, though. Just be going places in the middle of the night because I don't have to worry about that shit.
Well, yeah, right. And then I could go running in the dark.
Yes.
Not even just in the dark, even in the daytime, but on trails.
Yeah, there you go.
By myself.
Although, I feel like, see, here's the thing. I don't quite have that because I think I could go biking at night and it'd be fine because I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Not faster than somebody in a car.
This is very true. So, what would I rather be than human? I would like to be a house cat.
Yes, I'm glad you did add the house part to the cat.
I want to be a pampered house cat. I want to have no rent. I want to have no bills. I would like to be given I'm spelling it out so my cat doesn't hear me, TREATS. And petted, and yeah. I want to nap all the time and not have people be mad at me for it.
Yeah. Although you do lose some of that freedom to, like, Oliver can't hear me, I can say it. Like, you can eat treats whenever you want as a human.
This is true, and that is one of the few advantages.
Yeah.
But then who would pay the rent? I don't know, man. It's not my problem. It's the great
your
part.
Owner is.
That's someone else's problem.
Yeah. The human who feeds you and waits on you hand and foot.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, God. Being a house cat would be so great. Or just like being any like upper middle class family's golden doodle. Oh, that would be great.
Being a spoiled pet of any kind, really.
Pretty much.
Although I feel like I wouldn't want to be sentient. Like,
no.
I would like to. That's why I was thinking about like the noodles. Like,
I would like to be slightly higher functioning than that. I think a cat or a dog would be perfect.
But think about that life as a snake, where it's just like
you
only have maybe 3 thoughts.
You have 3 thoughts, and then food is magically presented to you.
Yeah, one of those thoughts is, "Oh, look, food."
Yeah. That'd be kind of nice. Like as far as Ellie is concerned, she is a god.
Yeah.
Food just appears out of the sky and is presented to her.
Yep.
Jamie Gillis. That's such a fun name for a golden doodle. I love that he has a last name.
Yeah.
You know what? Dogs deserve last names. Let's make that a trend. Give your dog its own last name.
Well, I feel like most people usually just have their last name as the dog's last name.
This is also true.
Middle name, though.
My dog's middle name was the not for a dog name, like placeholder name that the breeder gave her. Her middle name was Nancy.
Piper Nancy?
Yeah, Piper Nancy. For whatever reason, the family that was like selling these dogs was like, this is a totally fine placeholder name for a small puppy, Nancy.
Yeah, I do tend to criticize like their name choices, but at the same time, it's like after you
it's a placeholder, like, doesn't really matter.
Animals, like you run out of ideas.
Point taken. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I would do if I woke up as a man.
Yeah, I feel like there are things, but I'm just not. I'd like to bro out a little bit, see what that's like.
Yeah, just fucking Saturdays are for the boys type shit.
Yeah,
I feel like it's fun. You guys definitely make it seem fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be a good time. I could see doing that.
Yeah, I would engage in some very stereotypically masculine things just to see what all the rage is about.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like there's other things, but I'm not coming up with them at the moment. But I feel like that's a pretty good sampling of.
Yeah. I mean, we can get into the worsening if you would like, because I get the feeling that you and I both have things stored up.
It's been 3 weeks.
It has indeed. So you know what? Let us begin the meditation.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
Listen, cue ball, you're only making it worse.
Thanks, that even makes it worse.
It's worse than you know.
It usually is.
I think that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
That's the worst goodbye I've ever heard. And you stole it from a movie.
How marvelous.
How are you worse this week, bestie? What do you got for me?
Oh man. It's trying to distill 3 weeks worth into I continue to play entirely too much Skyrim.
Love. I have seen that you be playing Skyrim.
Yes. I don't know how many hours I racked up in the last few weeks, but it's a lot.
And it's probably about to be a lot more now that you're in summer mode.
Yeah, there were a few days there where I was like sitting here playing and I look at the clock, I'm like, it's like 3 a.m. Oh, whatever.
I love it.
So there is that. So I'm starting off with my usual ones. That's the usual one. I think I'm on like 630 episode 630 of One Piece. So really just kind of burning through that.
Impressive.
Yeah. So I went to that toy festival.
Yes.
Like a week and a half ago. And I got a couple like little random things, vintage Star Trek figures, stuff like that. But I came across the guy who had all of the What We Do in the Shadows Funkos.
Ooh.
And I kind of like negotiated with him on them, because if you go and you look up those figures, like, first of all, if you get the like 5-pack where they're all together, it's like at least $250 online.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, and if you buy the individual ones, like adding those all up, it's also well over $200. And I couldn't even find the Colin Robinson actually, but he had the 5-pack and he had each one of them separately as well. But I negotiated him down on all the separate ones to like, I think it was like $120.
All right. I love that for you.
Yeah, so I got a pretty good deal on them. I was pretty excited about that. So I still don't know where to put them. I don't have room for this stuff. But yeah, I have all of those now.
As you should, as is your right.
Yeah. Cannot wait until the Toonie Terrors ones come out. Still haven't gotten there, but yeah. So I need to quit buying this kind of stuff, but I'm going to Niagara Falls Comic Con in like a week and a half. So.
Hell yes, Queen.
Where I'm going to meet Warwick Davis.
Yay!
His autograph. I'm so excited.
That is very exciting.
Yeah. I also got a whole bunch more t-shirts. I was specifically looking for a t-shirt of Frosh from Fairy Tail, which he's a pretty minor character, so it's not surprising there isn't much. But I went online to find a t-shirt of him. Oh, here we go. I found it. And so I got the Frosh t-shirt.
Hell yeah.
But I got it from TeePublic, which is all like, fan designed things. And so there's a lot of stuff that you can't find t-shirts of that people have designed t-shirts of on there. So I now have a Zom 100 t-shirt.
Nice.
And I have a Hell's Paradise t-shirt. And I have a Sword Art Online t-shirt. And I got a Cornetto Trilogy t-shirt.
Nice. That's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah. So I'm my nerd t-shirt collection continues to grow. And I'm like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna make a choice for like Niagara Falls Comic Con of which ones to wear, but But I would say probably my final way that so I'm going to call it my big one that I'm worse. I have taken up resin art.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Girl.
I held off as long as I could. If you remember, I first brought up doing this like 2 or 3 years ago.
This is very true. You did.
So yeah, I got this like resin starter kit, and I've got all these molds and different things.
More stuff to sell at cons.
I don't know if I mean, I gotta get some practice in because can be deceptively difficult.
I believe it.
But I've been trying to think of all these, like, because you can put really anything in resin.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been trying to think of the most unhinged things possible to put in resin. I actually Googled it.
All right.
And I was like, ooh, if you got like a bunch of baby teeth, you could put those in resin.
My mom fucking threw out my baby teeth. Do you have any idea how mad I was?
I know.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I looked into getting like tiny little, like you have that jar full of those tiny babies.
Mm-hmm.
Like stuff like that would be absolutely unhinged, I feel like.
I love a good cursed object.
Yeah. So I've been trying to think of like just the most insane stuff. Because I feel like that would be really fun.
I mean, I'm going to say hard agree.
Yeah. And so even if I did end up making stuff to sell at cons, like even if nobody wants to buy it, just the reactions to this completely unhinged stuff would be, that'd be all I need.
I like it. Well, you are significantly worse, and for that, I am proud of you.
Yep. So
I'm going to start with something that is kind of a continuation. Girl Help, the albums.
The same two, or is there another album?
Same two. Ghosts and Sleep Token, baby.
Okay.
Fucking only things I want to listen to, ruling my life. Love to see it.
Wow, it's been weeks.
It's been fucking weeks. And here we still are. Nobody is surprised.
No.
So there's that. And two things that have to do with Reanimator. One, I got to see it on the big screen, which was fucking awesome. But that has reignited, has really reignited the hyperfixation. Like that and the fact that Arthur and I covered Reanimator on Regrettable Reviews, it's all hitting at once. And she's writing Reanimator fan fiction. So
this isn't the first time you've done it, is it?
I had one that I started a while ago and then didn't finish, and now it's been reignited.
Yeah.
Now my brain is braining again. Ooh, just hit my mic.
Are you sure it's braining? Because you just used the word braining.
Shut up. So there's that. And one of the other ways that I'm worse is I got something for a cosplay that I'm really excited about.
Oh no.
Fucking look at this. Look at my ghoul helmet.
Do you buy that from somebody?
I did.
Like they made it?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So I have got my Impera ghoul helmet, and I am so excited to break this cosplay out sometime in the near-ish future. I'm still waiting on some pieces, but yeah, she's beautiful. I love her so much.
I love crafty bitches.
Right?
That people just make stuff like that.
I'm trying to think. I feel like there are other ways that I'm worse that are simply just not coming to me right now. I continue to play New Vegas.
Sure.
And I swear there was something else, and I don't know why it's not coming to me. Oh, I joined a group chat of a bunch of other Reanimator freaks. Shout out.
Oh.
So that's fun. Oh, and my other writing partner and we finished another Ghost fan fiction, so hell yeah.
Nice.
Literally playing 4 right now. Fallout 4 is one of my favorite games in this entire universe. You have good taste, brother.
I was like, do I have anything Fallout related? Just my Fallout rubber ducky.
Fallout Ducky! I love it.
I did get another one of these rubber duckies a couple of days ago. It's the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Love it.
Yeah. So I have 3 of them now because I have a Spock one too.
Nice. But yeah, I think those are the main ways that I'm worse. Fanfiction, video games, cosplay, and band hyperfixations. 2 of the MTG. What is MTG?
I don't know.
The only thing that's coming to mind is Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I know that's not it.
Oh God.
Fuck
Ugh.
that woman.
Ugh. I did build the cat from Stray from
Yeah,
Lego
you
block
showed me your
blocks.
little knockoff Lego thing.
Yeah, which I mean, I feel like it can't be like a knockoff brand per se because it's like an officially licensed Stray product.
Magic the Gathering.
Oh,
There we go.
that makes sense. But yeah, I built it, and I also bought a model kit to build the Thousand Sunny from One Piece, and so I'm working on that.
Nice.
No, there's never enough crafts. Apparently, I have to be doing
No
all the
such
things
thing.
at once.
No such
I
thing.
bet I finish something first.
What do you think? We got anything else?
I don't think so.
Do we have anything coming
Next.
up?
Do we have anything coming up? I don't know why I just keep repeating.
We got the stream tomorrow. We're gonna
Yep.
play some games. Game
Yeah.
to be determined as yet, but we will be
Yeah.
we will in fact be doing something. So there is a
Yeah.
stream tomorrow.
Chill
Tune
stream.
in here at 8:00. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do that.
And tomorrow's Saturday, so we should bring back drinking on stream while we're gaming.
Ooh, that sounds really fun, and we should 100% Saturday for us,
Yeah.
essentially. Because I have a weird schedule, and you don't work summers. Favorite
Well,
anime/games. Ooh, I love a fan question. Fallout, obviously. Fucking love that game with my whole heart. Love Skyrim.
Yeah.
I do dig
Stray.
Minecraft.
I'm Stray.
Metro. Those games are awesome. I love the Metro series. I love the Stalker series. As far as favorite anime, love Attack on Titan. Or on High School Host Club is great.
Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man is freaking awesome. Love Studio Ghibli movies.
I'm also a big fan of Demon Slayer, Fairy
Death
Tail.
Note. Death Note is good stuff. Zom 100. So I want to play the VR Metro so bad. I don't have any VR equipment, so I can't play it, but it looks cool as shit.
I know that's one of those things that eventually I'm gonna like.
I'll probably crack at some
Be
point,
looking at
just
VR,
not
yeah.
yet.
Yeah, I don't feel the need yet, but every once in a while I'm like, that's interesting. I'll let the technology get a little further even though.
That's the thing. If I'm gonna be sinking money into it, I want it to be a little less like, because like it's still a little clunky in some ways.
Yeah, so I'm not in any rush, but eventually it'd be nice.
But yeah, the VR Metro does look sick.
I still haven't played it. I have it. It's somewhere in my library.
It's real, like, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just because I like stealth games, but it's real fun. I love, and the story is fantastic because it's based off a book, so like.
Nick's found a Gachapon capsule.
Oh, fun! Hi, Nix.
What's that noise? Oh, that's what it is.
I'm trying to think if we have anything else coming up, though. Arthur and
so
I
I
are
think-
going to be talking about Bride of Reanimator on May 30th.
I thought it was
So
like the
that's gonna-
29th.
Mhm.
I thought it was the 29th.
Oh, I don't even have. I still have my calendar in April, girl.
Help. So do I. Nope, never mind. You're right.
Nope,
It
it's
is
the
the
30th.
30th.
I was like, I know it's a
don't know what day
Friday.
it is.
So yeah, Arthur and I
It's
are going to be
Friday.
doing a Regrettable Reviews Bride of Reanimator on Friday, May 30th at 7:30. That's going to be a blast. So we're doing a full watch along again, not just like we're doing more than just a full episode of the show. We're doing a complete watch along of the movie. There are 2 sequels to the OG. Bride of Reanimator is awesome, and Beyond Reanimator, I have thoughts about. And we're probably going to wind up talking about Beyond Reanimator at some point, because it's the 40th anniversary of the OG this year, and that's super exciting. And I'll take any excuse to talk about Herbert West as a character. Okay.
Yeah. But I'd say with potential interruptions.
Do I recommend Beyond Reanimator? If you're a huge fan, yes, absolutely. If you're just like, oh yeah, Reanimator was cool, maybe don't bother. But do I recommend Reanimator and Bride of Reanimator? Hell yeah, brother. So there's that. What were you saying?
I was going to say, we're basically back to hopefully a regular schedule with potential exception for like moving stuff.
Yeah, back to hopefully our regularly scheduled programming, especially since you're done with grading now. Possibly one more week off in the near-ish future, just because again, I am moving apartments and that's a whole thing. But that should be the last of it for a while.
Yeah. Although I guess pointing out that our regular schedule now means 8 p.m. on Wednesdays instead of 7
our
p.m.
regular schedule is now 8 p.m. and I think that's going to be a permanent change.
Not just for the summer, you mean?
Not just for the summer. I think here's some behind the scenes talk for you. I think it kind of just smart just to have stream at 8, show at 8. No light.
Yeah.
So no getting mixed up or whatever.
Yeah, and I was thinking about it earlier today. Like, we used to record at 6:30. At some point.
Yes.
But then it became 7, and then that was before we did live podcast recordings, and so we just kind of kept the same time. But never really thought about changing the time after we started doing it live, just for the sake of consistency for people like remembering when to tune in too.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that's gonna be a permanent change. If you're looking for us, whether it's Wednesday or Thursday, it's gonna be at 8 p.m. EST.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
So you heard it here, folks. All right. I think that's going to bring us to a close for the evening. As always, thank you for fighting with us, friends. We appreciate each and every single one of you, especially everyone who leaves comments. We love talking with you guys. And we will see you again next week. Adios, everyone. This week's episode of the Fighting with Friends podcast was hosted by Bridget Kelly and Dr. Sarah Brooks. You can find other episodes of the podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, or your other favorite listening platform. Catch us live on Twitch every Wednesday and Thursday, and for ad-free live broadcasts of the show, you can subscribe to our Twitch channels or consider donating to our Patreon for ad-free access to our entire library of past episodes and streams, as well as fun bonus content. Fighting with Friends is a member of the Big Dumb Monsters podcast network. Check out the links in the description for more episodes from us and from all of the shows on the network. Thanks for listening!